Living room conversation.
If you're live in a room, isn't it a living room? Hey everybody, welcome back to Living Room Conversations. My name is Joshua Fields Milburn.
And my name is Ryan Nicodemus, and together we are the Minimalists, and we have a very special guest with us.
Yes, the Iceman is here, Wim Hof is here.
I don't need to say my name. Minimalistic, you know?
They know who you are, man.
Say my energy. Okay.
We're here with you today because Jennifer had a question. She said, what am I supposed to do when I'm feeling stressed out? And of course, the person to bring in and talk about calming ourselves down when we're stressed out was Wim Hof. And so you have some breathing techniques. They call it the Wim Hof method.
Yeah.
And I was hoping maybe today with Jennifer and with our audience watching this at home or the folks listening on the podcast, maybe you could talk about breathing for these folks.
Oh, yeah.
And the importance of breathing.
The gravity of breathing. We all breathe every day. Yeah. So, end of story. No. Here it starts. It starts that we think we breathe well, but it is not. We are profane in our breathing, and that comes because we think so much. And thinking is not doing. Thinking is not deep feeling. You know, emotion. That is emotion. When you go into the cold water, it's all emotion. And that is the depth of the breath going into the physiology. If it is on a long-term profane breathing, like just thinking, that kind of breathing, then it doesn't get into the depth, the right chemistry, and stress comes. Oxidative stress, cell biological stress. So we have proven this now through scientific experiments and research, and it helps people. You know, bacteria is stress too for the body, and emotion, and a virus, and everyday life, and deadlines instead of lifelines. Hey, it's all stress.
Yeah.
And we showed that through breathing techniques, which I learned in cold water. Yeah, what do you do in cold water? No, you learn to adjust through the breathing, the stress, to inoculate, to neutralize the stress. And I took a couple of, a group of people into the mountains. We did the breathing, and day 4, without former experience in the cold, they were able, just by breathing techniques and believing, breathing and believing.
Wow.
Those two will make the biggest stresses of life in extreme shape, even being able to be controlled by you.
Yeah, I love this. I love this because when you talk about believing, there is a science behind where you place your mental energy and where you are focusing.
Exactly.
This is not woo-woo-y. This is not religion. This is a method that scientists have literally they've hooked you up to a bunch of electrodes to your head. They have taken blood samples, brain scans,
and the most remarkable finding therein was they found brain activity. Oh, sorry. That was the serious
high level of brain activity.
All right, Wim. So,
no, some sort.
Just some.
Remote, but it's there. Amazing.
So your average American right now, a lot of them are in cubicles. They're sitting there in a sedentary lifestyle at a computer for 8 hours a day, and we have these stresses. We get this email. Our boss yells at us. Our spouse is texting us and saying, "When are you going to come home? Your kids just got a bad grade at school.
Your 401k drops 1/10 of a point."
And all of a sudden, and now you're stressed out.
He's playing around too much. He's happy too much.
And now we're stressed out. And a lot of that has to do with, well, when we get stressed, we make ourselves more stressed because of the way that we breathe. It's the shallow breathing that you mentioned. How can we help Jennifer and the folks at home correct that? What do you recommend to people who come to you and say, help me out?
Last study I did, not only they found brain activity in the brain scans within me, that's the joke, but now it comes to real. They had me exposed to a stressor, cold water, which is a stressor. It could be heat, could be emotion, could be cold. It's all creating stress on the body. Now, I had done breathing exercises before, priming my body to be able to cope with the stress. If you have profane breathing, then you are not able to cope with the stress. It's what it is.
So
Guys, they had me in the brain scan, the cold water came, and not only through the breathing, priming the body, you are able to handle stress. Absolutely, getting the cortisol out. You go deeper in your body and you give the right oxygen and nutrients. Your body becomes alkaline. Thus, there is no stress anymore. Even though you are in stressful environment and with stressful situations and matters going on, you are able to handle. Listen, just by a thought. That's what I showed as the first one in scientific research now in the brain scans, showing that I'm able, when cold comes in on the skin, you think you cannot handle that because the skin temperature is going to go down and you're going to stress out and all that. I just, with a thought, I make my skin temperature not going down while the stress of the cold is coming in. And that is learning to tap into something we all have, but also forgotten. And that's the brainstem, the periaqueductal gray hemisphere, the PAG. It looks like a whole bunch of things, but in the end it is when stress comes in, making all the cannabinoids and the opioids at work because you don't want to feel, while you are in the stress, de-stress. And it's done just by a thought, your thought, my thought. This is an innate capacity of all of us, but we forgot about it. We indulge in the stress and we don't know what to do. We got him. We know how to tackle depression, bipolar, PTSD, anxiety, fear, trauma, the whole shit, man. The terrorist of life. We know how to tackle it now. We just did the study in Michigan, Wayne State University Medicine, School of Medicine, and showed it. And they say, those professors now, happily, I don't need to, look at what I found. No, they say this is a transformational technique that will change mental health care.
That's amazing. So
it's just a matter of time.
So Josh and I, we help people live a more meaningful life through less stuff. You help people live a more meaningful life by learning how to deal with stress. And I love how, it starts with the cold, but there's so much more that the breath can help control. So for our audience here, would you be willing to maybe take us through like a 2 to 5 minute breathing exercise? So if someone right now is at their cubicle and they're feeling stressed out, is there some breathing that they can do right now to help control that stress?
You feel stressed out anytime. Any stressor. Could be emotion, cold, heat, anything. Your wife or your kids or your man or whatever, building is collapsing. I would be in stress, but just breathe and there is no stress. Yeah. You hold, you become strong.
So what does that breathing
The building
look like?
is not collapsing.
What if you walk
not that far.
Me and Ryan through here? I'm gonna take my shoes off since I want to do just like you guys.
Yeah.
Here we go. If you maybe walk, Ryan and I can do a breathing exercise with you. You open to doing that?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's do that.
Yeah, guys, we make fun, but this is the one. This is the key of nature. We changed the books in the university, and it is because we are able to tap into the autonomic nervous system. That means we are able to control adrenaline and cortisol, which is creating all the stress in our physiology. And I know that it is very difficult. Asian techniques now come. Or just breathe. And keep on going. Now, Anam, give me my phone, because I will show that these guys, without stress, are able to stay for 1.5 minutes without air in the lungs after doing this breathing technique.
Okay,
without force and without stress.
Is there anything that I should be focused on mentally, or is it just the breath?
Just the breath, follow the flow. Fully in, letting go. Fully in, letting go.
And
Do
not-
it, accompany us.
And not pushing out, but just letting it go. Not pushing all the air out.
Like fully in, belly, chest. Even into your head, you are able to bring in oxygen.
feel it in
Then
my
letting go.
brain.
Yes, go. And 15 more. And 15, count down. And 14. Just go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Ryan Joshua. High on your own supply. Not only you learn to control the activation of the adrenal
Feeling
axis,
pretty high.
and the cortisol will go down. You want to live a stressless life? Just breathe. As we say in our t-shirts,
I'm so
breathe,
high right now.
motherfucker. Sorry, it's French. But okay,
It's
keep
okay.
on going. Keep on going. 10 more. 10 more. Fully in. Let it go. It's very difficult, huh? No. Fully in. Let it go. University studies, done. Change the books, done. We are in command of our own alchemy. How? Just breathe, motherfuckers. Okay, 5. Yeah! Fully in. Let it
Am I
go.
floating?
4. Fully in. Let it go. 3. Fully in. Letting go. 2. Fully in. Letting go. 1. Here comes the last one. Guys, fully in. Let it go. Just let it go and stop. Refrain of breathing. And relax. Witness. We made the body alkaline. We blew off the carbon dioxide. The body is without carbon dioxide, CO2. Stress is gone. There's no trigger to breathe, to go. It's going into parasympathetic modus. Deep peace, no breathing. Empty lungs, already for 35 seconds. No force. What happens now, because in the brain, in the primitive brain, it says, but you are not breathing. What's happening? Adrenaline, boom! And then you get the reset and you get rid of the cortisol. And that is taking away the stress on a very, very deep level. The level of the DNA in the cell itself. After which you feel just nice. 1 minute 5. Still without force. Well, if you feel the urge to breathe, then fully in. Fully in and hold. Fully in and hold. And squeeze to your head. Get the shit out of your head. It's like you are sitting on the toilet and it doesn't want to get out. Squeeze the motherfucker. Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. This is round number 1.
Now, let me just say something real quick, Wim. I didn't feel the urge to breathe in even. And I felt like I had
120 and no urge to breathe. If we do another round, we go over the 2 minutes.
I felt like I had just done edibles.
Me too, man.
Hey, right on.
What is in this air in this room? It's oxygen.
It's oxygen.
What a drug.
And it gets in all the cells. And
Wow.
it gets into the deepest of the brain. And this is magic. It's so simple. It's no hocus pocus. Researchers found it and endorsed it all. There's no speculation about it. It's the magic of your own physiology.
Now, how is it? This is so different from when we're breathing every day. I mean, we're obviously breathing. I'm not holding my breath all day.
No.
But we're not really breathing the same way. It's a different feeling. In fact, I noticed before we even came in here, there were a few times where you and I were just talking, but then all of a sudden I look over and you would.
Yeah, take it. It's for free. It's the breath. Doesn't cost anything, and you got it always with you. You cannot possess it, but it is for rent, you know? But you can take it in and let it go again. Take it in and create the best of alchemy inside. That's the way we are built.
It is a truly awesome way of changing your physiological state. I mean, you can feel it in your hands, you can feel it in your legs, you can feel it in your mind. And it definitely makes a huge difference. Wow, that is unbelievable.
I felt my stress walk out of the room.
Hey, man, Mr. Stress.
Stay out of here. Don't come back.
Cool. Yeah, that's the way, man.
Now, if people want to learn more, I really encourage you to go to WimHofMethod.com. You can check out Wim. You can check out the Vice documentary they did called The Iceman as well. We'll put a link to that in the show description. What else should we share with the folks today while we have their attention?
Okay, listen, these breathing techniques are so simple, so accessible. Understand the gravity, because we are fighting, say, depression, bipolar, anxiety, fear, inflammation, chronic pain. These breathing techniques come out of nature, going into extremes of the cold and enduring like 26 world records. It's to learn how to deal with the depth of my own physiology, with my own soul, with the life force itself. And now we found it. It is simple, it is effective, it is accessible. Take it on, because you are able to beat inflammation, chronic pain, depression, bad moods, and whatsoever, and create a whole lot of energy while you are feeling great.
And now we talk about this with Ryan was talking about on the we were recording a podcast today talking about you today, and one of the things that Ryan was talking about was the mind over matter bits, and when you essentially climb Mount Everest in your shorts.
Yes.
Shorts, and you would have went barefoot, but you were slipping, right? So you had to wear a little bit of something.
These spikes underneath.
Yeah.
And I went in shorts, not because I had no money for clothes.
Shorts and no shirt.
Challenge yourself, man.
Man, that is so crazy.
And you've also done some stuff in the desert as well.
Yes, running a marathon without training and without water. And showing that the core body temperature remained the same.
You know, what's interesting to me is how...
You were there.
Aiden was there, huh? In our society, we sell this alkaline water. We're going to get more alkalized. And what's amazing to me is that you don't have to go and buy a water with a 9.5 pH. You can do a breathing method like this and raise the alkalinity.
Especially with the plastic bottles.
Right.
Fucking shit, man. Hey, we have just completed a new study, and it showed that after doing this breathing, they took the blood, and it was fully alkaline. Wow. And then 5 hours later, they took the blood again of those persons who had done the breathing exercise, still alkaline. Man. So, goodbye, water alkaline. We don't need it. You just breathe, and you are the boss over your own alchemy.
Yeah, that's amazing. And the more you do it, I'm sure the better you get and the more effective it is. Huh?
Yes, man, life is a challenge and playful, but the soul should be there in purpose, and that is in the depth of the brain, the survival, the why I am here, because I am alive. Yeah. That's why I'm here, and it's beautiful, and it's inside, and you can get there with your breath consciously done. Through these breathing exercises, you get it all. We are doing the studies all over the world with the top researchers in the world. I'm a dropout from school. I'm teaching all the professors and doctors what to do. You know why? Because nature has the answers, not the books. And we got this from nature, coming here and have a nice time.
Yeah.
There we are, man.
Yeah.
Wim, thank you so much for being with us today.
It's been an absolute pleasure,
Thank you for sharing this with our audience.
This is great, man.
Appreciate you,
Good shit, guys.
Thank you, man.
This is a great window, and I love these guys.
All right, y'all, check out Wim Hof over at WimHofMethod.com. We'll put a link to everything in the show description. If you like these living room conversations, feel free to ask your questions below in the comments. Ask us whatever you want. We're happy to get to as many of these as we can. And if you really want to get more of these answers, feel free to subscribe. We will continue to answer
We got
your
a free app on the website. Just get there.
It's a breathing app.
Yeah, breathing app, and
what's the app
and
called?
the science of whatever it isn't. I do not even know what is inside, but I know it's for free and it's good.
What's the app called?
What is the app called?
Wim Hof Method.
Wim
Hof Method.
All right.
Wim Hof Method app.
All right, y'all. We'll see you next time. Thanks, Wim.
Thanks for joining us, and thank you, Wim. You're awesome.
Yeah.
The Minimalists.